Greetings, material plane. Now is the hour for the bard in the tower. Today I'm gonna charm you with the dulcet tones of...
Alden, what are you doing?
I was just starting the other show that I do. But, since you're here, I was hoping that I heard that there's some higher authorities present, doing a tour of the facility. Is there any way I could talk to them? Because I'm pretty sure if you just give me like 5 minutes to talk to them, I can probably convince them that I don't belong here.
Once a bard, always a bard.
Yes, I guess it's a kind of bardic stereotype that we have a tendency to get out of certain situations with our eloquence.
Alden, just because you say it's a good reason does not mean you're above the law to do what you did.
I'm aware I'm not above the law. I just did not realize I was within an area where the law technically applied or was being monitored or would be enforced. I'm not a criminal. I'm an outlaw. They are very specifically different. Criminals intentionally break laws because they want to be malicious and greedy, where I gently circumvent them when I feel like they're simply a hindrance to what I consider to be my good intentions.
Alden, last time we let you talk to the judge one-on-one, you tried to seduce him. We don't do that here.
I successfully seduced him, and just because we didn't get to consummate it because somebody walked in nosy.
Alden, what are we going to do with you?
I know what the judge wanted to do with me.
At least here you can't seduce the guards.
I can. If you guys left them with keys, it would probably amount to more. And in fact, I find it a little weird that there is no keyhole on this cell. Not that I've specifically been looking for it, but I feel like removing that is a real sign of distrust.
It wasn't my idea. I'm just the woman in the woods.
Well, in any case, speaking of you being the one from the forest, have you received any messages? Because
I did. A lovely, lovely little forest creature. Actually, I've had a couple of forest creatures come in, but I have chosen one particular letter. This one was very interesting, and I feel like you probably can help them out a little bit. So, here we go. Dear guides, all my life I've wanted to be a part of something bigger, but recently I've uncovered a lot of difficult truths about my family history, and it's starting to get overwhelming. I feel like I need to put off my personal problems and focus on saving the world and such. When you're a part of two something biggers, how do you pick?
I mean, family trouble is tough, for sure. Saving the world is also tough. But honestly, I cannot even tell you how bad I've heard some people have it. There are a lot of orphans out there.
You'd be surprised. I take so many in.
Wait, you adopted orphans?
Yes, I teach magical orphans.
I'm sure they feel very appreciative. I don't know if I'd trust you around children. There are a lot of orphans. And before I ended up in this situation, I had a fairly successful adventurer coaching practice outside of the Sword Coast region. And let me tell you, every single client was a loner who had just watched their family die in front of them for some reason or another. Or they had been abandoned. Or as a child, they were kidnapped and raised by some other weirdo who had sworn a blood oath against the royal family that they were actually born to. And if I had an electrum for every orphan I've met who turned out to secretly be an heir to a throne, I'd have 4 platinum. Exactly 4 platinum. My parents, both alive, both perfectly healthy and happy. None of this weird stuff. I'm just amazed at how few other people are out there with, healthy family relationships. But that's not the point. I guess the point is that getting caught between a, worldwide big scenario and, a personal big scenario is tough. You can always think big and focus on the world. No one's ever going to blame you for focusing on the big picture, since usually failing that means that your family's fucked anyway. However, I would be hard-pressed to find somebody who would, tell you you're wrong for making sure that your family was safe before you worried about everything else. If you saw a burning building, and you knew your family was inside, and you chose to get them out of the burning building before you helped put out the fire, I don't think anyone's mad at you for it. The important thing is that you prioritize one action or the other, and you focus on that. the worst thing you can do is split your focus between the two goals and never reach either because you just did not commit, so you just kept ping-ponging back and forth, never really making significant progress on one or the other. Is ping-pong a thing in this region?
I definitely think this person has an awfully big plate in front of them, and it's still overflowing. But with that, nobody ever said that you had to do everything at once. It's okay to take a little time here and there to work on both problems. Perhaps next time when you sit down to take a nice long rest, write down your thoughts in a journal. Journaling is a great way to sort out thoughts and plan next steps. It also helps you check in to see how you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're the most important thing to take care of. Maybe talking to your fellow adventurers can help out as well. Maybe they've gone through something similar before, or know someone else who did. Just don't let it consume your every waking moment, or you could find yourself distracted at a time when your party needs you the most. But families can be probably the trickiest. Sometimes they leave behind larger messes for their descendants to clean up. Not my particular family, but a teen that I once trained. He wanted something more and to cut ties with his family. When I finally found out what was the matter, it turned out that their family had led a revolt against a monarch of their kind and lost. They were cast out and wanted to start a new life with a new name. Sometimes you can leave your past behind you, but other times you can't escape it. This particular person was found by the monarch, dragged back in to answer for their family's crimes. Luckily, they were able to talk to the monarch peacefully and work off their family's debt and regain the monarch's trust. It took years. It was a lot of hard labor, but they were able to do it and still learn from me at the same time.
Is this why you won't let me talk to the people in charge? Because I feel like if I talk to them, that I could probably clear this up. Like, I feel like that's a situation that would be beneficial for everybody, really. For myself, for sure.
And we've also told you that if you wanted that situation again, you would have to wear a magic inhibited collar, which you've also said you won't do, so
I mean,
you
it's
have
not
to
that
pick
I
one.
won't. It just defeats the purpose.
Yes.
If I have the collar on, then it kind of just ruins my ability to be effective. And it's just unfortunate that the guards picked up on it faster than I would have hoped.
They're quite smart. You may think your guards are dumb, but they're very smart.
You say that, but I watch how they spend their downtime. And if you did, you would not be so generous in your assessment of them.
For those listening, you can't see, but I'm shaking my head in very much disappointment.
Oh, and you're just going to start talking to my audience now? This is my audience, my stone. Why are you moving your head like that? It's just...
I believe our bard is speechless for the rest of the day, as we have finally put him to sleep. If you have any problems, you know the drill. Tie a string to a tree, whisper to a bird, send us your familiar, or just send us a scroll. We'll be waiting. Have a wonderful evening.
Keep an eye out for new episodes on Sundays, and if you want to send in a letter, or if you just want to learn more about the show, head to shadedareas.com.